I'm back, and I was thinking about what my cousin was saying about having difficulty sometimes expressing herself verbally and putting everything in writing. And that kind of took me back. I'm not going to say back to when I was her age because it actually took me a lot further back than that. It took me all the way back to when I was 11. Now, I'm not really sure what motivated me to finally speak out at 11, but the only voice I had at that time was my poetry. Now, these days, I don't really write that much poetry. I can't even remember the last time I wrote something new. Without being like prompted to write something, just because I had something to say, kind of thing. But I'm going to share some poems with you, and some of them have transcended into songs, and some of them were originally songs. Keep in mind that I know I can't sing, okay? So I'm going to hope that I don't hurt your ears too much when I sing the ones that are songs. I just have a really hard time reading them or reciting them without the music because that's how they were created, okay? But I'm going to start with the first poem I ever wrote. It was for my grandmother because, I knew that I loved her. It was hard. She's kind of the kind of person. It's hard not to love her. I miss her so much. But I couldn't make sense out of how you could love someone and still argue and have these fights and bad feelings from time to time. I hadn't really learned to process that stuff yet, and I had a really hard time learning that stuff because I endured a lot of abuse, and some of it just didn't seem real to me. But the first poem I ever wrote, it's called Finding Out. Once upon a midnight blue, I figured out why I love you. The reason is, the reason be, I've stuck with you, you've stuck with me. There is one part not figured out, why I cry and shout and pout. But I love you now and I'll love you always, and I shall never forget you. And my grandmother passed away in January 1992. We had moved her out to San Diego to stay with my aunt because she couldn't take care of herself anymore. And so I flew out there when they said she wasn't going to make it very long. Flew out there all by myself. And my dad told me before I left, he's like, he says, if your grandma makes it more than 2 weeks, then he's like, I've already talked to your Aunt Marty. She's just going to take you out there and enroll you in school out there, and you'll finish off the school year out there. So, look, Ray Ray, we came this close to living together. You were just a baby. But, no, I got out there, and I hadn't been out there very long. I just got to Grandma's room, and they decided to disconnect her from the machines. And she went pretty quick. But, anyway, I'm going to see how many of the poems I can remember. I don't have my books with me. I have poetry online that's under various different names. Ray, if you're interested, message me and I'll give you some of the ideas. I had problems with my mother too. My mother was very abusive. And my mother not only abused me, but she allowed other people to abuse me, knowingly, consciously, and then she lied about it later. And to this day, my mother will not acknowledge anything that she ever did to me. When she thinks about how she mistreated us, she thinks about being poor. And I'm like, no, being poor is not a mistreatment. Abuse is a mistreatment. Neglect is a mistreatment. But just being poor, no. I've been poor. I don't mistreat my kids. I'm sorry. No. But that's one of the reasons that I did not talk to my mother for 20 years. And I wrote this very angry poem. I wrote several very angry poems. but this one I remember. Right after I moved out of my mother's house. Um, my mother. As a mother has a daughter and watches her grow, the mother should care and love her, and at least let her know. For the mother not to care nor love the daughter is an endless crime that can only be punished over a period of time. Because once the daughter becomes gifted with a mind of her own, she becomes aware of what it means to love and finds that she has none. Pain and anger are next, followed by a lack of trust. After that comes reality, and the daughter's first instinct is to do what she must. Now, if the mother could not love her, but instead makes it worse, the mother deserves no one at all for all the daughter's hurts. Yeah, that was a pretty cold, unforgiving poem. I think I'm getting over it slowly, the last year and a half anyway. I'm in my 30s now. There were some others. There was this one. It was kind of meant to be like a hard rock song kind of thing. It was like, if my mother's daughter I become, shoot me now and save someone. No other child should suffer so. None should meet the pain I know. Some drums right there. I'm loved and unwanted by all. Rejection can kill, and if not stop, someday it will. Don't let me grow to be so fierce. Don't let me my precious child's heart pierce, for it's not kind and it's not fair. This wretched life will go nowhere. Anyway, where was I? Oh, go nowhere. Because the devil lives within us. That was the whole thing of it. It was the devil within us. The devil lives within us. My mother's daughter I become. Shoot me now and save someone. Don't be afraid that I'll be gone. Fear my destruction if I live on. Because the devil lives within us. See, I believed my mother was the devil too. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I might have missed some words there somewhere. It's been a while. And then I won $50 and I got Columbus Public Schools Award for Excellence in Writing for the next poem. It's called The Face in the Mirror. When I look into the mirror, what do I see? A lonely, hurt child is looking back at me. With glimmering green eyes and soft fair skin, the hurt is disguised to all but the heart within. I look away with fears, waiting to be free. Then I look again with tears to see that that was me. I ended up writing like 5 pieces in a series for that poem, and then I put in a little bridge and I made it into a song, but it was really kind of corny. Let me see. After my ex-husband left, I started writing again. I was writing all kinds. They were coming out more and more songs, but I had this one, Invisible. Now, keeping in mind, I know I can't sing, okay? I just can't recite the poem, though. I'm not capable of doing that. I've tried. This is already my second take on this little, what do you call them, webisodes. So, I will try not to ruin anybody's ears with my scratchy cat voice. Okay. Sometimes I'm in a crowd with people all around, and I just disappear, it seems. I see you over there, you're having fun, but you don't care about me. a cold. You just don't see me with your eyes or heart or soul. I'm invisible. You don't see me. I recognize you in a glance, and I love to watch you dance. I know you're laugh a million miles away, but I know that you don't see me. You don't even know me, and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. But sometimes I want to kiss and hug you, wrap my arms around and love you, and make all my fantasies real. But I'm invisible. You can't see me. You can't see beyond my disguise to look into my eyes and know me or love me or hate me or take me to your castle, 'cause I'm invisible. You don't see me. Yes, I'm invisible. Okay. Now my daughter has this really awesome voice, and she could probably do it better. But speaking of my kids, I did write a song about them. Let's see if I can pop that off and one more before I run out of time here. The one about my kids. Oh, my Sammy, someday you'll be my little lady. What a beautiful prince. Tyler, you've grown up since I first fell in love with you. Mason boy, will you ever know how every time I don't see you, the crack in my heart it grows? My children, my precious, precious children, my dream for you is to never understand the pain I've lived through. For to know my pain is to have walked in the rain of my tears. And you're having that understanding is my worst fear. Darlings, Mommy loves you three, so don't ever believe those who dispute me when I say that no one will ever love you the way that I've always loved you, the way that I do. Keep me forever in pictures and memories. Know how I've loved you right from the start, from deep inside my heart until forever. So just remember. Okay, well, I'm just about out of time, so maybe I'll make a part 2. Or maybe I can find some more of my poems. Alright, talk to you later. Let me know what you think. And don't critique my singing, just the words. Alright, bye.